While TikTok might seem like a safe place with its goofy trends and viral dance moves, there are dangers lurking in the shadows. Some TikTokers and influencers have become perpetrators in their all-out drive for clicks, views, and fame. Today, we're counting down for top 5 TikTokers and influencers who turned out to be horrible criminals. 1. Ali Abulaban, also known as Jinkid. Ali Abulaban has been making internet content for more than 6 years. That is, until the afternoon of the 26th of October 2021, when he did something utterly and unspeakably horrible. He killed his wife Anna and her friend Raymond Barron at his high-end apartment complex in San Diego. Ali and his wife have been experiencing problems in their marriage because Ali believed that Anna was cheating on him. Only a few days before he shot down his wife and Raymond in a terrifying fit of rage and jealousy, Anna filed for a restraining order against him after he allegedly pushed her. The couple also had a 5-year-old daughter who unknowingly played a very important role in a double homicide committed by her father. If you recognize his face from somewhere, that's probably because his videos were very popular on all social media platforms, including TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. He used to do lots of comedy sketches. However, people started recognizing him for his Tony Montana impressions.
New tonight, more than 500 legal experts signing an open letter to Congress saying President Trump engaged in impeachment.
He also looked a lot like the Scarface character. His wife Anna also frequently appeared in his TikTok videos. In the eyes of the viewers, they were a perfect couple, but the reality was far from it. Now, Ali has always had a passion for acting. He was obsessed with Tony Montana's character, who was a drug kingpin in Miami. But the real question is, did he want to become Tony Montana in real life by shooting down his wife and a man inside his own house? What was he trying to do, and how did it happen? Ali was forced to move out of his 35th floor apartment in San Diego and move into a nearby hotel after his wife filed a restraining order against him. However, Ali suspected that his wife was cheating on him. He had a spare key to the apartment, so he snuck himself inside and placed a recording device on his daughter's iPad. At around 2 p.m., he heard someone talking inside the apartment. His daughter was still at school, so it couldn't be her. However, he could hear that it was a female voice, probably Anna's, talking to a male voice. Filled with uncontrollable rage, Ali rushed to the apartment and shot his wife's alleged lover, Raymond, thrice. Then he went on to shoot his wife once in the forehead. After murdering his wife and Raymond, Ali was seen running out of the apartment. He also called the police and his mom, confessing his crimes to both. However, he later pleaded not guilty, and when asked about it, he refused to explain.
So the prosecution says that you admitted to your mother that you did this, and then you pled not guilty. Can you explain that?
No, I can't.
After killing his wife, he went to pick up his daughter from school early. He was arrested on the highway while his daughter was still with him. And not only that, at the time of his arrest, he also had the murder weapon in the car with him. It's really heartbreaking how a 5-year-old kid had to see it all happen in front of her own eyes. See her father getting arrested, not knowing what was happening, not knowing that her mother was already dead. Ali is currently charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and faces a life sentence in prison. If convicted, the death penalty is also on the table, which means that his daughter will be left without a parent for the rest of her life. 2. Courtney Clenney. However, Ali isn't the only one who committed a murder over cheating allegations. The next one on our list is a popular OnlyFans Instagram model, Courtney Clenney. Clenney has been in jail for well over a year now. She has been charged with the second-degree murder of 27-year-old Christian Obumseli, who was her boyfriend. Courtney and Christian had a turbulent and toxic relationship right from the bat. Just a day before Christian was found dead in his condo, police were called to One Paraiso condominium where Obumseli and Clenney lived. The front desk attendant told the police that Courtney and her boyfriend had been causing a disturbance, one of many times during the 4 months they lived there. Frantic Courtney told the police that Christian wouldn't leave even though she had broken up with him. But since he legally owned the apartment, police told Clenney that he wasn't doing anything wrong. So she stomped back to the condo. The very next day, on April 3, 2022, Courtney stabbed Obumseli to death in her 22nd story apartment with a kitchen knife. When police entered the condo, the body cam cameras showed Courtney cradling Christian's head on blood-soaked ground. The police entered the condo and demanded her to get off the ground and away from the body. When detectives questioned her about what happened, she said that it was self-defense and that she threw a knife at Christian from 10 feet away. However, a Miami medical examiner ruled Christian's death as a homicide caused by a knife that was punctured 3 inches into his shoulder in a downward direction, which was inconsistent with Courtney's account. However, new evidence was soon released, which brought forth Courtney's aggressive behavior in the months leading up to Obumseli's death. It appeared that Christian was recording his altercations with Courtney in days prior to his murder. For instance, in this video call recording, you can hear Courtney calling racial slurs to Christian.
Get off of me! You literally talked to her without telling me!
But this is not it. There's plenty of evidence that Courtney was downright toxic and frantic with Christian. In this video, you can see Courtney hitting Christian in their apartment elevator. This is another piece of evidence released by the Obumseli family attorney as part of the investigation. Courtney's parents were also arrested and charged for helping Courtney in Obumseli's murder case. They were also charged for unauthorized access to Christian's laptop. They logged into the victim's laptop after his death and tried to hide evidence from the police. They were arrested in Travis County in Texas, but were later released on bail. The video evidence clearly shows how frantic, aggressive, and violent Courtney could be. Their toxic and rocky relationship was never meant to be. 3. Mahek Bukhari. The next blood-chilling incident on our list is the murder of 2 21-year-old men by TikTok star Mahek Bukhari, her mother Ansrin Bukhari, and another woman called Natasha Akhter. Both victims, Saqib Hussein and Muhammad Hashim Ijazuddin, died immediately after TikTok star Mahek mercilessly split their car in 2. They were chased and brutally run off the road by 3 women in the vehicle. Both men were declared dead at the scene. However, the question is why Mahek and his mom decided to do this at the height of their TikTok career. The story is more than just a simple hit-and-run case. It started way back in 2019 when one of the victims and Mahek's mother, Ansrin, started chatting online on an app called Azar. Ansrin was flattered by the interest Saqib showed in her. They met many times at shisha houses, restaurants, and hotels until 2021 when things got sour and Ansrin decided to break it off. But Saqib wasn't happy about this decision, so he started to threaten and blackmail Ansrin. Things escalated when he told Ansrin that he would send her explicit videos to her husband. This is when Mahek came into the picture. Ansrin and Mahek were very close. Mahek was quickly gaining followers on social media and would often post videos with their mom. To help her mom, Mahek came up with a plot to kill Saqib. Mahek turned to her friend, car mechanic Rekhan Karwan. The pair plotted to lure Saqib to a meeting by offering to hand over 3,000 pounds. This was the amount of money he'd complained he spent on Ansrin while they were lovers. Rekhan enlisted the help of his best friend Raiz Jamal, as well as Raiz's cousin Amir Jamal, and other friends Sanaf Gulu Mustafa, Natasha Akhtar, and Mohammed Patel. In the early hours of February 11, 2022, Mahek and her friends waited at a Tesco supermarket in Leicester, while Saqib arranged a lift to get to Leicester from his hometown Banbury. According to the authorities, Hashim was just collateral damage. Mahek and his mom's intended target was Saqib Hussein. Hashim just happened to be present in the wrong place at the wrong time. Both Hashim and Saqib arrived at Tesco at 1 a.m. However, they only waited for a second and left after realizing that something was not right, but their car was chased by 2 vehicles. A blue Seat Leon driven by Raiz and an Audi Double T with Rekhan behind the wheel. In this video, you can see Saqib's Skoda marked with a green arrow being chased by 2 cars driven by Mahek and her friends. After brutally murdering 2 men, the mother-daughter duo went back to their house and lied to the police about where they were. However, both women were arrested at the same morning and are set to spend the rest of their lives in prison. Other people, Mahek and Ansrin's friends, were also tracked down by the police, and they were also charged with Hashim and Saqib's murder in the early hours of February 22nd. Hey guys, quick heads up. I've noticed a lot of you enjoy my videos but haven't hit the subscribe button yet, so it would be awesome if you could hit the subscribe button. Now, back to the video. 4. Johntae Collier. Plotting a murder with your mom is one thing, but how about killing a guy with your spouse, defending each other on TikTok, and both getting arrested? If this sounds dumb and straight up mentally sick, hold your breath because this is exactly what this TikTok couple did to a 28-year-old guy called Dakota Bradshaw. Johntae and Eric were popular on TikTok for their pro-LGBTQ+ content. They supported the queer community and shared their everyday life with the audience as a gay couple. For this reason, people started loving them and their videos. However, what most of their fans didn't know was that they were also cold-blooded criminals. The couple was called in for questioning after witnesses saw a red truck and a blue Dodge Challenger speeding away from Dakota's home after the initial report of a gunshot in Roosevelt, Georgia. The police sheriff said that the description of both cars matched the ones owned by Collier and Dodds. You can also see in their video and Instagram posts a red pickup truck and dark-colored Dodge Challenger. On the 1st of August 2022, Dakota was in his house when at around 1 p.m., two cars parked outside his house. The cars allegedly belonged to Johntae and Eric. The neighbors called the police after hearing the gunshots and started sharing their accounts of what happened, which ultimately led to the police making their first arrest, 23-year-old Johntae Collier. The police got an arrest warrant and arrested Collier on August 10, 2022. After the arrest of Johntae, Eric appeared on social media and posted his last video. In his TikTok, he talked to his family of more than 800,000 followers, but he too was arrested on August 16. Both Collier and Eric Dodds were convicted of murdering Bradshaw in May 2023 and have been sentenced to life in prison. But there's one question that continues to baffle us. Why did Collier and Dodds decide to drive all the way to Roosevelt from Huntsville to do something like this? What is the motive behind this murder? So far, the police have suspected that the reason for Dakota's murder could be the very same car that got them busted for the murder. The blue Dodge Challenger that they drove away in from the murder scene was probably the reason why the murder was committed in the first place. The couple went to Dakota's house to retrieve the Dodge Challenger from Bradshaw's property and killed him while they were threatening him to return the car. 5. Cameron Herrin. You must have heard about the good-looking criminal who people fell in love with. They said that he was too cute to go to jail. But do you even know what horrible crimes he committed? He killed a mother and her 21-month-old baby in a car crash. Cameron was an illegal car racer, and he knew that his actions were risky. Cameron already had a decent fan following on social media for his TikTok videos before the incident. However, the shocking part was that he became even more popular after the crash that took 2 innocent lives just because he was good-looking. In May 2018, Cameron was driving his Ford Mustang, a gift from his parents, at a speed of 100 miles per hour. At the time of the crash, Cameron had his older brother Tristan in the passenger seat, while he was drag racing his 17-year-old friend John Barrineau. Although the speed limit was 45 miles per hour, Herrin was driving at 100, and in a flash, he ruined his life and took 2 more innocent lives. Herrin hit a 25-year-old mother, Jessica Reisinger Robinault, who was pushing her baby Lilia in a stroller. In the final desperate attempt to save her baby, Jessica tried to shove her baby out of the way, but all in vain. Jessica died immediately, while her daughter succumbed to injuries the following day. As an aggravating factor, it became known the days before the fatal crash, Cameron Herrin had been going 162 miles per hour on Interstate 75. He had a history of going over 70 miles per hour on Tampa roads. This proved the crash was no one-time mistake, but the result of a thoughtless and irresponsible mindset. Cameron was charged with 1 count of illegal racing and 2 counts of vehicular homicide. He was sentenced to 24 years in prison. But a lot of users on TikTok believed that his sentence was too extensive, that he just made a mistake, and he was only 18. Therefore, #FreeCameron started trending on Twitter. It's heartbreaking to see that there are people on the internet who would defend a criminal to this degree just because he's young and good-looking. The reality is that behind the mask of a charismatic boy hides a reckless person who didn't care for 2 innocent lives. People think that Herrin's 24-year sentence is too long, but what about 2 lives that were lost forever?